part of what comes out of doing a regular awareness practice, a regular embodiment practice, a regular practice of remembering that you're a person, a regular practice of being in your body. A lot of things come out of that, but what I want to focus on now is what really comes out of that is an awareness of what you already have and a kind of awareness of the physicality of chasing and grabbing and lurching out of this moment. You begin to notice when you're doing that. When you settle back into right now, when you learn to kind of come back to right now, come back to this, come back to the body, come back to the present moment, come back to what am I feeling, come back to what am I willing to feel. As you become familiar with what that feels like, you also begin to notice when you're lurching out, when you're pushing out into a future moment of rumination, worry, catastrophizing, etc. Choosing to relax your body is more than a one-time practice or an exercise. It can become an orientation to life. When you are building, creating, making art, doing research, doing the things you do in the world for work, at home, the creative, the building, the things that you do in your life, you can bring that flavor, that temperature to your experience of a more relaxed body, of a willingness to be present in the doing of all of those things. So I just want to close the gap between the idea of a practice. I am doing my awareness practice. I am doing my mindfulness practice, which we still love, want, need to do. But I'm closing the gap between that and a way of bringing that flavor, that texture, that temperature, that feeling in to activity. A relaxed body in the doing of things. Softened shoulders, a softened jaw in the doing of things. A moment of pausing and feeling and silence in the doing of things. In the creating, in the doing of your art, in the doing of your research, in the doing of your teaching, in the doing of your creating, your building, all the things that we do, whatever they may be, in the planning, in the imagining, to bring in that willingness to soften, to relax the body, and to practice melting into this moment. There's the biological part of this. What happens when we inhale and exhale? What happens when we take a breath? What happens to the heart, the internal organs, and the nervous system, and the brain? And there are other folks who are doing beautiful work describing that. I'm really interested in the experiential element of that, the simple, kind of accessible, right now moments that all of us have. What is happening right now for me, for you? What is happening in the belly? What is happening in the jaw right now? What is happening when we choose to slow down enough to relax? How does that change what we're creating, doing, researching, planning, making, building? So can we continue to and experiment with bringing that flavor? Can we continue to bring that flavor, that temperature, that texture, that experience into the things we do? Can we bring it into right now?